So this question is, most lyrics always have a message, or could just beautiful rhythm and phonetics be enough?
Oh, I love that question. That's from Robert. I love that question. That's one of the first challenges that Pat gave me was stop writing from an idea and write me something from rhythm. And I said words to him and in my head that I won't repeat here. I was like, ah! It's one of the reasons I love Pat so much is that it takes a lot to rattle me. And in the best way, he tosses me. So I always thought that a poem had to be a great idea. And if I got that, then I won. Let me just rack my brain and think of the most inventive idea I can. And if I just get that down on paper, that's enough. Or some big message, right? But what is true is that that's not enough alone. Some of the great songs, right? Imagine, John Lennon. Those messages are out. We hear that message. Imagine, essentially the message is what, right? Imagine a beautiful place where there's no war and we all love each other. It's not a new idea, certainly. You know what I mean? Not at all throughout time. And surely there are many, many other songs and poems and art pieces out there that are expressing that idea. Why has that one risen to popular culture? Why does that song continue on? And it continues on because the thought process, the intellectual process of lyric writing, rhyme scheme, lyric setting, so where is that lyric on top of the music? Or, where is it slightly off? Where does the rhyme scheme give you what you want so you feel stable? Where does the rhyme scheme stop you so you feel chaotic and angsty and needy inside? All of those rhythmic tools are just as important as the message. So, yes, you can certainly just do one or the other. I can just write you something with meaningful content. I can just write you something with beautiful rhythm. And I did end up doing that assignment for Pat, actually. And it revolutionized my entire writing scheme. It was the first time I successfully wrote a non-autobiographical poem, which is kind of embarrassing to admit. But him forcing me to do that, a whole story came out about a woman in the ER the woman was sitting in the ER with a broken cheekbone and blood coming down her face, waiting to be seen. And as the poem moves on, you realize that she's a domestic abuse survivor. And by the end of the poem, I did not resolve the rhythm. Right, so we work a lot with rhythm, and I did not resolve the rhythm at the end because Pat said write from rhythm, and I said, okay, well, I'm always resolving the rhythm. Everything's always perfect, and I want symmetry. But all of a sudden I find myself writing about domestic abuse, and do I want my readers to feel like this woman survives and is going to be fine and it wraps up pretty, or do I want them to wonder? And I wanted them to wonder, is she going to make it? Will she be saved? Right? Because domestic violence is real, and I didn't want to wrap it up pretty. So I did not resolve the rhythm. And, you're in a rhythm, and all of a sudden it's like, and the poem ends. So in a gut level, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And on a content level, reading the language, you feel that woman's sort of reaching out and you don't know if she'll have help. So I think it needs to be both.